We're getting ready. We're waiting for the slack to come out of the rope.
Okay.
And remember, you can use your hand out the window if you want.
Okay.
We're going to give them the thumbs up. Canopy and air brakes, close lock, ready to go. Here we go. Here we go. We're flying. So we're staying in ground effect. Here's all the friends at the Pivotal team.
Yeah, they wave.
Very good. So, when we get to 200 feet, it means if the rope were to break or there'd be a problem with the airplane, we could turn around and land on the same runway that we just took off from. And we're at 250, going to 300 now. We're going to stay over the airport at first until we get a little altitude. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I hope you like roller coasters.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not going to be any worse than what you just said.
It's fun because I hate commercial flying.
Okay.
But I love everything else. Like,
Okay.
I love helicopters and small planes and stuff, but I hate commercial flying because I feel like I can't see like what's going on.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way.
Yeah. There's control problems.
So we're 600 feet. We're going to turn back to the west now, and you're going to see how close we are to the Everglades.
Oh wow, yeah, I've never really seen it.
So, the airport is actually right at the edge of the Everglades. So when we go to look for the airport when we're coming back, we don't look in the middle of all the farm fields. We look at the edge of the Everglades. We just look north and south along that line until we see it.
Yeah.
And when we get to 3,000, you might be able to see the Gulf of America. I don't know if you know what that is, but it used to be called the Gulf of Mexico. And you'll see to the south, Florida Bay, and to the east, we're facing west right now.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah, so we're facing west, and as we turn back to the east, you'll see Biscayne Bay, and so we're just kind of like water skiing behind the tow plane here.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have a big breakfast.
Yeah. You said one Red Bull?
Yeah, a Red Bull and water.
Okay.
So, and I'm cooking, so I have some sugar.
That sounds like perfect.
Yeah. And you'll have lunch ready when.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be hungry. So 1,300. We're turning to the north now, and so the rest of Florida is ahead of us. And I don't know if I told you, but we had one glider pilot fly from down here up to a place called Seminole Lake Glider Port, which is northwest of Orlando.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant if I wanted geography because of this trip.
Yeah.
I had no idea where anything was before.
Yeah, I think I would be that way in California.
Yeah, like you know the big cities, but you don't know like where they are and what they work for.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So I think I'm gonna get off. No, I'll go to 3. I want to make sure that you have a chance to fly.
Okay.
So we're through 2,000 now, and straight ahead you see Biscayne Bay, the turquoise water there, and it's a little bit smoky because they're burning some pine forests on the west coast of Florida, but downtown Miami you can see from here, and occasionally you'll see birds. I was watching the bird instead of watching the tow plane. Sorry there. So we're going to get ready to do that maneuver where I'll do a little up and a little down, and then you'll hear the thunk, 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 and I'll go off to the right, and we will do a climbing right turn, and then regain our altitude. We want to look and see where the airport is.
Yeah.
So we turn in a circle to kind of see how far are we from the airport.
Okay.
So I see lots of birds higher up, so this is a good day.
Okay. Oh my God.
2,800 now. So the lift is kind of dying here, so it's not as rough. So
Yeah, I see that altimeter reading now. I get that.
Good, very good. All right, so I'm going to do my little up now,
Okay.
and a little down, and there's the airport right over there. And so we're going to head it back into the wind, and I'm going to trim it up.
Homestead 145, 2 northwest of Homestead General inbound.
So let's see if we at least can find a spot of some rising air. So it's much quieter. You can turn the volume down in the radio if you can see that a little bit. You see it?
No, I'm not sure.
It's it's a round instrument with 2 sets of numbers. Yeah, on the right-hand side.
All the way right and down?
Yes, exactly. And you'll see there's a knob. You just turn it a little bit to the left. That's good for now. So I can hear you. So Sarah, we're going to let you fly, and I'm going to give you a little. First, I want you to put both hands. I want you to rest your forearms on your legs, on your thighs, and use 2 hands, which is not necessarily the best technique. Let's turn it down even more. The knob on the left. It says on and calm. Just can you reach it?
No.
Okay.
Really short arms.
All right then. Don't worry about it. So. Can you reach the off switch? No, let's leave it on. It's a good safety thing.
Okay.
So follow along with me on the control stick.
Okay.
Forearms on your legs,
Okay.
and just see how I do little banks left and right. And but I'm not. Sometimes I have to go opposite the direction of the turn to keep. It's going to want to overbank. So the idea is, ideally, we're trying to keep the wings level, but I don't want to ignore the fact that we are continually going down. So I'm gonna head back closer to the airport now, rather, because there's some sink here. So let me get closer to the airport.
On the RNAV 36, I'm doing a procedure turn at that day. Traffic. Homestead 2045, sound listening, let's see you, Homestead.
So there's a bunch of solar panels off to the right, and the other black things you see are mostly shade houses. They grow house plants here.
Traffic 787 Alpha, have jump is lead, 1,000 over, shoot a little short.
And let's see if we can get it. So follow with me on the controls, and I'm gonna trim it down a little. There you go. So now I want you to try and, you've got the stick, and I want you to just keep the wings level on this heading. Don't let the wings drop even a little left or right. It's like a video game. So you're flying, and don't push forward or pull back. Just kind of keep the nose right there. You see where the line of the horizon is, just keep it like that. Very good. What do you think?
This is awesome.
A little to the right. There you go. You're very good. Very good. You got it. So pull back just a tiny bit. Look at the horizon. Don't look at the instrument panel at all. Just look at the horizon and kind of keep that same sight picture.
Okay.
It's just practicing, and it becomes second nature. It's all just practice, really.
South traffic, showing for control. We're set up about a 7 miles, 45 degree shoot for left downwind, runway 14 about. Traffic, 2045, final, on to Homestead. LaBelle traffic, the error is 7 miles east-southeast, 1,600. We'll make left traffic runway 14, full stop, LaBelle.
You're doing great.
Traffic of interaction, overnight, there's also sort of went around when we want to. LaBelle traffic is showing 6 miles northeast of the field on a 45 degree shoot, on 14, full stop, LaBelle.
So I'm going to take it for a second, give you a rest, and let your brain process that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and find some lift and climb back up.
Yeah, when I'm quiet, it's a good thing. I'm excited. You'll see the video.
Okay.
I'm not, yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, usually what happens is if you're the one flying, you're not.
3, the 10 mile final, RNAV 360 approach to the topic.
So I'm not getting any lift so far.
Yeah.
So we're going to go that way. And we're going to have to do some turning
Okay.
to climb.
And about traffic, there's an arrow 4 miles to the east, 1,000. 4, full stop. So also about starting over that, there's also photos running from the only one stop.
And if you see any birds, please let me know. There's some lift. Okay. I feel it lift the right wing, that's how I know. So if you look, there's a little needle that says vertical speed, and that's going up, the Borgelt in knots.
Yeah.
So this is not super strong, but we'll take it, because it's better going up than going down.
Yeah.
So we gotta turn a little sharply. Flew out of that. Let's see if we can get back in it.
I see one over there.
Okay, let me see. I'm looking for it, but we're in lift right now. Yeah. So let's go fly with the birds. What do you say?
Okay.
So there he is. Except, I don't think he was.
He misled us.
Yeah, but we'll get back to him. We'll see him again. So I'm going to try and fly steady and go up. Otherwise, gravity wins.
Yes.
So we're doing like 500 feet a minute up now, which is pretty good. And there we flew out of it, so I got to turn back into it. So you can kind of feel.
Yeah, like what's happening.
Yeah. That's the game. And in California, they fly. The lift is stronger,
Yeah.
and
Is
you
that
can.
because of the ocean, or?
It's just that it's. I don't know. I think it's because it's drier. There's a bigger difference in the temperature between high up and low down.
Okay.
So it's like the air accelerates as it's rising, making it stronger. And there's an airplane below us. That's why I like to be higher up here.
Yeah.
We flew out of it again, but you can see the water out on the horizon. Florida Keys, the northern edge of the Florida Keys is like dead ahead, and you can see downtown Miami off to the left.
Yeah, I saw that. It's crazy.
So we're pretty far. We're about 30 miles from downtown here. And people don't realize there's a lot of farms in Miami.
Yeah. Where we're staying is like right in all the palm trees.
Nice.
Yeah. Or I guess they sell them, or is it?
Yeah, they sell ornamental horticulture, landscape materials. They used to do a lot of winter vegetables, but now it's like Chile and different South American countries where the vegetables come in. So now it's mostly ornamental plants for houses and yards and things.
I didn't realize that market was so big.
Yeah, Home Depots and Lowe's all over America, garden centers. And they grow them, you know, it's probably they've shipped a lot of them out already. But they'll ship them in like February or March for spring planting. And there's mango groves and oh, you're a mango fan.
I love mango.
Yeah. They're a wonderful fruit.
They're not as good by the time they get to us.
Well, lots of people have mango trees in their backyards here. And right underneath us, actually, is the world's largest on-land salmon farm. They grow salmon. If you look over your right shoulder, there's some round tanks and stuff. And that down there is called the Blaniks Sapphire Salmon Farm. And they pump the water from really deep below the ground here has got salt in it. So and it's cold. So that's what they use for the fish. And I think it takes them a couple of years to grow them, and they show up on your restaurant as farm raised. So I'm doing a lot of circling because we're not really. I've got to focus, I guess, and maybe get us back up to above 2,000. So are you doing okay with the circling or no?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay.
No problem with it.
Okay, so let's see why we're not climbing. There's a bump. Okay, so let's turn back around in that. So we were probably on the edge of that. But otherwise, the way it works is no lift, we have to land.
Yeah.
And I do see birds down below, but if we see any more up here, that would be good. Homestead traffic, use caution for gliders circling 1,100, just north of Homestead General. You know, I wanted to give you a half-hour ride, and I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you got to see up in the air, higher than Tim and Christina, who are going to get in, I think, today. They could go higher, but they would be conflicting with the airplane traffic.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and set up to land. Homestead traffic, glider 8023 is entering midfield, right downwind for runway 27, landing downwind, Homestead General. So, I see a bird, but we're too low. It's not safe, so we're not going to do it. Unless, I don't know. No, I think we're committed to land. So it's going to get noisier because we're going to go faster.
Okay.
So we want to have, now we're trading our we're going to trade our altitude for airspeed.
Gotcha.
So it's going to get noisier and we're going to go faster and all of that. And I see birds over there, but none of them are very high.
Yeah.
So we need them at like 2,000 feet to really have a great flight. Homestead traffic, glider 8023, turning right base for runway 27, turf, Homestead. fly along the ground a little bit without touching, kind of get the glider back to where it needs to be. And hopefully end up right where we started. I'm not allowed to turn it off the runway anymore. So I think this is just about where we started.
Awesome.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to pull back on the white handle and lift, not from the window, but from the rail. You can pull it back and push up. There you go.
I got power windows on my car, so I understand the sensitive.
All right, very good, Sarah.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And there's a black buzzard like on my card, black vulture. And I don't know what it's doing on the ground. And I'm saying, there's no lift, I'm staying on the ground.
Homestead area traffic, Blackfly
Anyway.
ultralight is taking off from
I'm going to get out of it.
to the north, 300 feet and below Homestead.
Okay, so